day and asked, and I'm like, I don't know, help me. So I was helping me to organize all the yes, we got it done. They're all fine, but you know, it was like that moment where I was, you know,
We're just going to take a peek over. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Julian Sugasagoitia, and I am the Menethe D. and Mary Louise Blackwell Director and CEO of the Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art. And on behalf of our Board of Trustees, the volunteers, and the talented and dedicated staff of the museum, it is my honor to welcome you in this very auspicious evening. We are deeply honored to have the privilege of hosting this monumental international exhibition, Roads of Arabia. As one of the few United States venues of this unforgettable tour, we feel tremendous sense of gratitude and pride to have been selected to host these marvelous collections of art and share it with all of you. As I look across this room, I feel the true energizing spirit of the art and of this exhibition. Roads of Arabia has served to bring together people from all around the world and unite in the desire to enrich, to inspire, and engage the people to better understand the world around us through the power of art. In this very room, we have local art patrons, international and local dignitaries, corporate executives, educators, and community partners, joined together to share in the celebration of an exhibition that unveils the rich history of the Arabian Peninsula. These recently excavated artifacts reveal evidence of one of the earliest cultures of mankind. In these, we can find the relevance and meaning of these treasures become part of the fabric of the history and part of ourselves in a global world. I would like to begin by extending our heartfelt word of appreciation to His Royal Highness, Prince Sultan bin Salman Al Saud, for bringing Roads of Arabia to life, for sharing it with the world. Thank you. We are really celebrating tonight that his vision and passion for art as a vehicle of greater understanding and friendship is what is bringing all of us here today. I also want to thank the Honorable Mayor Sly James and his wife, Licia Clifton James, for their presence this evening here tonight. They share our delight in allowing our great state of Missouri and Kansas City to play the host to an exhibition of this international caliber. Also, we are humbled by the presence of so many in this room, including leaders who have come far and wide to participate in the celebrations, including His Excellency Adel Al-Jubeir, Saudi Ambassador of the United States, His Excellency Abdallah Al-Mualimi, Saudi Ambassador to the United Nations, and the entire Saudi delegation here this evening. Corporate support for this exhibition has been a testament to the valuable and active business relationships in place between our countries. And we extend a personal word of thanks to the business executives who have joined us this evening. We value and treasure the corporate community's support for Roads of Arabia, including ExxonMobil and Saudi Aramco, who are the principal co-sponsors of this international tour. Sponsorship has also been provided by the Olayan Group and Fluor Corporation, the Boeing Company, Khalid Al Turki Group, and Saudi Basic Industries Corporation. As our corporate sponsor at the local level here in Kansas City, we are indebted with Black & Veatch for their generosity as well. In closing, I must tell you that our ability to prepare an exhibition of this scale would not have been possible without the guiding role and the visionary scholarship of the scholar and archaeologists responsible for many of these finds. I want to single out Dr. Al Gaban, Vice President of the Saudi Commission for Tourism and Antiquities, for his great work. We are deeply indebted to him and his team for making this event unique and a success. When this exhibition was first premiered in Paris at the Louvre, it was a dream to see these wonderful materials come to the fore of the international awareness. And it was just a mere vague dream to see this exhibition once in the United States. The dream was made a reality to bring it to the United States by our colleague and friend Julian Raby, the director of the Smithsonian Freer and Sackler Galleries in Washington, D.C. And it is Dr. Raby's responsibility that this tour of the United States is happening, and I want to personally thank him for helping Kansas City become a venue of these very few selected stops that this tour is having. So please, thank you. This is going to be a memorable evening. It is something that we will never forget. And now it is my honor to introduce, representing all of our Board of Trustees and all of the philanthropic community of Kansas City that values and treasures the art, the board chair of the Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art, Ms. Shirley Bush-Helsberg. Please welcome her.
Thank you very much, Julian. Before we begin with the ribbon-cutting ceremony and the tour of the exhibition, led by His Royal Highness, Prince Sultan bin Salman, I'd like to take a few moments to pay tribute to the incredible legacy of Mr. Paul Nance. After years of service and travel in conjunction with his role as an executive with Saudi Aramco, Mr. Nance established one of the finest personal collections of art from the Middle East ever displayed in the United States. This collection found its home at the University of Central Missouri in 2003, and thereafter set in motion many wonderful examples of his commitment and his dedication to his beloved Middle East. His gifts have set in motion a lively tradition of cultural exchanges, vibrant international study programs, and an overall awareness of the value of Arab-U.S. relations. As a cultural institution located in the heart of the Midwest, the Nelson-Atkins Museum is one among countless institutions and individuals touched directly by the impact of his generosity. This evening, we wish to recognize Mr. Nance as our distinguished honorary committee member for the exhibition, and we thank his family members, Mark Nance and Janie DePoo Nance, who are here in his absence to share his legacy with all of us. In closing, I wish to thank the ongoing tradition of generosity that our honorary committees represent to our museum. As the inner circle of the local support for Roads of Arabia, our special appreciation goes to the following donors. Our Donald J. Hall Initiative donors, and our co-chairs, Henry Block, Scott Francis, and Susan Gordon, including the following members of our honorary committee: Ken and Jean Butler, Peter and Barbara Gattemeyer, Rick and Nancy Green, Jack and Karen Holland, Mr. Paul Nance, Atterbury Family Foundation, Mary D. Cohen, Francis Family, Black & Veatch, Saudi Refining, and Script Pro. And finally, Mayor Sly James and Alicia Clifton James. Thank you for being part of this honorary committee. We also want to thank our educational sponsors for this exhibition: Star Global Studies Institute at the University of St. Mary's and the University of Missouri, Kansas City. And we would also like to extend a very special word of thanks to the University of Central Missouri in particular. Dr. Gershom Nelson, Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities, and Dr. Amber Clifford Napoleon, Assistant Professor of Anthropology and Curator of Nance Collections. And now we will begin the ribbon cutting as His Royal Highness Prince Sultan bin Salman officially opens Roads of Arabia. Please join us.
No, that's cool. That's how we get our money. Lock 'em up in
It's a simple Thank you.
You and I are gonna
The big Oh, we all get scissors. Did we get the gold one? You know, big ones will be the big ones. I think they're coming to you. All right, we'll do the big ones.
Oh, well, I will follow the friends.
You better stay rounded.
Where,
No, he wants to work on big ones. Unfortunately, you're right. There they are. All right. Can I give you these back? Thank you. This should do it.
okay,
All right, sir.
so, anyone want to join me?
Get the top one.
1, 2, 3. Oh, my goodness.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, sir.
This object go back to 6,000 years.
These are timeless. I love that.
ابو عبد الله ابو عبد الله
Exactly. Always will speak to the human spirit.
We have now 12 of this type. 12.
They're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Then I need you, gentlemen, media,
Yes.
I need you back.
Absolutely.
Please.
Let's move a little bit ahead.
story of the village or
Daily life.
yes,
Daily life, let's give us
animals.
But within that, there's meaning, like there's health, cancer health, how many animals.
Got it.
سموه على اسم النخل حقه في الدرعيه اسمها ديفات.
Major. Let's see. This looks like the farm of the prince. I think also this location of which everyone will have as a
Oh, no, definitely.
location is amazing. This is Scotland. Beautiful, and it's a great thing that thanks to you, everyone to have a party. But this is new Scottish show. You're creating real inroads. Yeah. The only thing. The good thing about reading this in bed, you do a lot of exercise. And also you get very strong.
Well, yes, sir. We've been rivals with the Broncos for decades. The AFC West. The Chiefs will come back and they have yeah, they do. They have small business. I'm a little old. My knees don't work quite as
But he's giving. He's been present.
Sixth century BC. Sixth century BC.
the cradle of civilization.
He had a photo relation with Ptolemy in Egypt. So you can
كاس
see some.
الانصار.
ليش وجيها مقمصة؟
ها؟ هي كذا طلعناها من الموقع بهذا الشكل يعني ما هو احنا حاطها مثلا بس مع الزمن القرن السادس قبل الميلاد.
This has a little bit earlier and it's more Saudi, and this has already Egyptian influence,
Okay.
and it's
That's what I was thinking
It
because
is.
of the different
there is a
styles.
little bit of exactly.
This one is Lodaz, king of Libyan.
I don't want her to be happy. We learned from I know exactly. Because we need to start moving.
That one was way too. I was trying to give you a
10 more minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we got time for 2 stops, one in front of the doors, and then
So we, and we want to get.
Ten feet away from the prince when he moves. As soon as he moves, we need to step back.
They use the lost wax. That's how they've done it.
Let them have some room to walk through. Be careful about backing up. You gotta be careful about backing up.
It's the way you guys replace this thing.
Everyone's pressed. We're gonna start moving this way.
I don't think that the Nelson had something as sacred and as important as this piece. Let's take a picture. I would now, this is absolutely the most sacred. I don't think we have ever had something as important. Thank you. So, thank you. And also exactly those vistas that are amazing. Priceless. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. Those colossi.
That is absolutely amazing.
And if you're allowed to touch it, I will do it because I will never touch it. Tomorrow, no one else will be allowed. Only the prince. Can we have permission? So these are the same that were there for 400 years. So it's just, it doesn't get the same. And the design, I think, they're also very taken by
لا معناها معاه قلم ذهبي يا اسطى لان الفريم صار ذهبي لا ما تقدمين
You know, if we lost Michael and Nanny, we'd see him.
Someone makes things happen at this institution. She does, and I take all the credit, which is something that you already know. Exactly. Is this from the same period? We need the mic out here. Right over here. But he kept it in trance. The color has a special meaning of black, yeah? very good. There, okay. All right.
Can I have the mayor and your highness and all, please? Thank you. Please. Alone, yes.
You want the person that makes it.
Yeah.
Okay, no flash folks. No flash, please.
Flashlights.
Oh, my God.
How'd you get through that?
Oh, well, we're not through that. We still have California.
That was the gauntlet. I think if you survive that from here out, it should be a little more sweet soul. It was pretty hot.
Oops, I think I got it off. And when I get up there, I do want
Excuse me, sir, please, sir, you can just step.
Mayor James, you want Mayor James? Let me do what just you three real quick.
Julian, come on in.
Let's squeeze in. Let's squeeze in. No.
No, you're in. All right, that looks nice.
Right here. Yeah.
And
It is amazing.
Thank you.
thank
folks.
you. Thank you.
We don't have a flash at the same time.
So we're gonna walk past this. Your Highness, let me introduce you to my wife, Tasha.
This is the pretty side of that.
This is the princess of the family.
So sweet. Sweet. Nice.
Oh yes. So we're gonna go see your galleries. Let's do it in April because that will give us time to walk to Ecos and have all our staff. So everybody at Ecos.
Staff, grab staff, John Jackson is here, and Kim and Robert.
Or we'll go to ask everyone to come on the podium, on the stage, take a picture with the staff. All right.
Or the work.
Yes.
Kansas City, Kansas. Family have very generously helped us. And so this is a museum that is encyclopedic. So we try to represent all the cultures in the world. But right now our display, and we have a new curator that has just enhanced this display in making and highlighting some of the works so that it showcases the power. This is a new piece that we just acquired recently. And
We're very proud of this.
and this is a contemporary piece. Some of our Islamic art. Well, today it's difficult, but we would say now modern art is starting to be historicized in the 60s. So this opened like 6 months ago. Come, let me show you also then our. So we're putting also beautiful. So this is the contemporary artist also working with tradition. So it's very beautiful. Calligraphy, music, poetry. So using when they deliver food. Perhaps one of our most important is an African American artist reflecting on and the dreams, and you have the like silver curtain. It's a canvas, exactly, a raw canvas. Exactly. most interesting chapter. Oh, of course. And this is a project that represents very much the density around
But help yourself.
No, they talk up here.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Julián Zugazagoitia, Director and CEO of the Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art. And on behalf of our Board of Trustees, the volunteers, and staff, I am excited to welcome each and every one of you to this very exceptional evening. It is unprecedented that we open an international exhibition like Roads of Arabia, Archaeology and History of the Kingdoms of Saudi Arabia, in the presence of so many dignitaries. So I'm really blessed, and I thank all of you for being here tonight. This exhibition sheds light on an important history, and until recently, largely unknown outside of the world and the region. The treasures that you will see tonight have changed the way we think and perceive the world history, and we're very lucky to be in Kansas City among the first to showcase new archaeology, new scholarship, works of art that will put the context of the Arabian Peninsula in the international dialogue from which they have been for more than 6,000 years. As you will witness the exhibition, you will be guided through the progression of ancient timeline from the region of Arabia. You will encounter art and artifacts ranging from recently excavated ancient civilizations to the modern world and the creation of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in modern times. All of this is possible, and we are able to celebrate this evening only because of the hard work by our many, many partners. And I want to salute in particular all our partners in Saudi Arabia, the Freer Sackler Gallery, and our teams here at the Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art. We are particularly grateful and indebted to His Royal Highness Prince Sultan bin Salman and the Saudi Commission for Tourism and Antiquities for making this exhibition possible and for expanding our understanding of art and civilization. I want to express also our thanks and gratitude to Julian Raby, the director of the Smithsonian's Freer Sackler Gallery of Art, who organized the North American tour of this exhibition. I want to also salute our own Kim Massler, the Jean McCree Beals Curator of South and Southeast Asian Art, and Robert Cohen, our Curator of Ancient World Art. They have led this project, and in conjunction with all of our teams, the design team, the educators, and all of the dedicated and hardworking staff of the Nelson-Atkins in making this presentation unique and unprecedented in the efforts for outreach and to build a constituency that will enjoy in Kansas City and throughout the region discovering this new art. We're excited for you to feast your eyes on the incredible story and the beauty of these treasures. Finally, this exhibition would have not been possible without all the support of our generous national and international sponsors. We would be remiss not to thank also locally all of our supporters, and in particular the Don Hall Initiative donors who have made projects like this possible. Thank you also to our exhibition honorary committee and our chairs, Henry Block, Scott Francis, and Susan Gordon. And thank you also, Society of Fellows, for being here and supporting this initiative. Our presenting partner for the Fellows is the Private Client Reserve of US Bank, for whom we are very indebted. Finally, it is the activity, the participation, the liveliness that each of you, Society of Fellows and Business Council, bring to the Nelson-Atkins, which makes our jobs of presenting art all the more easy and enjoyable. So I want to thank all of you for your support, for your encouragement, and for all that you do to make Kansas City the great city that it is, where we can bring this kind of exhibitions. I would like now to invite to the podium someone who is in Kansas City synonymous with arts, with culture, with philanthropy. I would like to invite the chair of the Board of Trustees of the Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art, Ms. Shirley Bush-Helsberg, to a gift presentation that will follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oops, do I have it low enough? Good evening to all of you, sponsors, trustees, Business Council members, Society of Fellows, friends, and staff. His Royal Highness, would like to present gifts to our special guest attending tonight. As I announce each of you, would you please come forward to receive your gift from His Royal Highness. Nabil Amoudi, President of Aramco Service Company, Saudi Aramco. Yeah, wherever you want. We want a lovely picture. Thank you. Next, we would like to recognize Tom Walter, Government Affairs Advisor, ExxonMobil. Thank you. Thank you. And we would like to honor Khalid Amaziad, General Manager, SABIC Americas, Inc. Thank you. Your Royal Highness, we have a gift we have commissioned for you that we would like to present on behalf. Oh, do I have Black and Veatch? No, I don't. I want to present his gift. No, I don't. But we do. We're recognizing Black and Veatch for your support. I'm so sorry. I don't have it, but tell me this gentleman's name. Thank you so much. I hope we get special pictures since somehow it was not on my notes, so my apologies to Black and Veatch, but thank you for your wonderful sponsorship. Do you want to take the group pictures first? Okay, you have to all be patient with me as we honor pictures with our Royal Highness. Great, thank you, thank you. Okay, great. Thank you all. Thank you, all of our wonderful sponsors. Now, Your Royal Highness, we have a gift we have commissioned for you that we would like to present on behalf of all of us at the museum. This fan is being presented to you. It was created by contemporary Navajo artist Monty Claw, who is one of the greatest artists producing feather fans today. Feather fans were traditionally used in Navajo Indian rituals. The complex bird symbolism represented derives from the profound relationship between traditional Native American people and the birds of their world, both physical and mythic. Artist Monty Clow enhanced the natural splendor of the feathers with intricate beadwork, elaborately trimmed featherwork, finely twisted leather fringe, and a strong sterling silver tufa cast ornament. The images represent the sun rising in the east and the warrior's prayers for good fortune, safety, and the protection of his horse. So we hope you enjoy this wonderful gift. And now I understand that the prince has a gift for Julian. And it's also my honor to suggest that the Royal Highness has one last gift for Mayor Sly James, Mayor of Kansas City, Missouri. Can I tell them about the picture? What about Thank you. Not yet. Not yet. Well, okay. Well, okay. Julian, the mayor would like to say a few words. Okay. Well, our wonderful Royal Highness has requested to have his photograph taken with all of the staff from the Nelson-Atkins Museum. So we thought that we would have you all gather here right now. So our wonderful staff, our wonderful curators, our wonderful that have worked so hard on this exhibition. So please gather very quickly, and we will get a picture with our Royal Highness. Thank you. So gather in quickly. Our wonderful Nelson-Atkins Museum staff. Any trustees that want to jump in here?
So before proceeding with the exhibition, I would like to extend an invitation to our mayor, the Honorable Mayor Sly James, to say a few words. We're so honored that we're here together. Please, Mayor, welcome to the podium.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Julian, for the introduction. I want to extend a special welcome to all of the guests here tonight and to my fellow members of the Honorary Committee who dedicated much time in support of this exhibition. I'm very excited that we are so fortunate to welcome a very special guest to Kansas City to be with us tonight for the grand opening of this exhibition. His Royal Highness Prince Sultan bin Salman bin Abdul Al Saud is the second son of Crown Prince Salman bin Abdullah Al Saud. He earned a master's degree in the United States in social and political science from the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Service at Syracuse University, one of my old stomping grounds. His Royal Highness is the president and chairman of the board of the Saudi Commission for Tourism and Antiquities, who helped organize this exhibition in association with Arthur M. Sackler Gallery and at the Smithsonian. His Royal Highness holds an airline transport pilot certificate from the U.S., Saudi Arabia, and France, and is qualified to fly multiple different types of jets, helicopters, and gliders. He's also qualified and trained as a desert and mountain pilot. I am extremely honored to welcome him here for the opening of the exhibition to celebrate the historic significance and cultural contributions of Arabia. Arabia gave birth to great civilizations and diverse peoples. It's a crossroads of trade in the ancient world and a sacred center since the coming of Islam. We are fortunate to welcome such an esteemed guest with firsthand knowledge and experience of the exhibit we honor tonight. With that, I would like to welcome His Royal Highness Prince Sultan bin Salman.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very proud to be here among this great gathering. I feel negligent if I don't, after my short talk, go around the room and shake hands with everyone here. So please allow me to do that, even if we delay dinner a little bit. The good thing is that the mayor and I cannot fit on the stage together. So it wasn't designed for two people of our size. So, and I very much appreciate this wonderful gathering. I have to tell you, really from the heart, that when we first got the letter to bring the exhibition here, following these great institutions, the Louvre, Russia, St. Petersburg, Spain, Smithsonian, and many of the greatest museums of the world, that I had no idea, I have to be really truthful, that this place would be so wonderful. We did a bit of an investigation, sent teams to see the place, talked to Julian and his crew, these fantastic people here, and really my teams came back and said, this is an opportunity not to be missed. I really know now why they said that. Not only the space is absolutely a fantastic and amazing space, the best I've seen so far, but also the curation, the design, the wonderful people that I insisted. Not they take picture with me, that I take picture with them in appreciation. And this exhibition, if it's anything, it's not about archaeology, and it's not about antiquities, and it's not about beautiful sculptures. It is really a window to see a beautiful country, a friend of the United States for many, many years, see it from a different perspective, and to understand a country like Saudi Arabia making its mark on the world of today and definitely the world of tomorrow. A country that is the seat of Islam, one of the fastest growing religions in the world. More than 1 billion people are followers of Islam, a great religion that have in the last few years been attacked and been described in so many ways that absolutely don't relate to the Islam I come from. But to understand Saudi Arabia as a nation that is leading today in the peace process, in the dialogue of religions and civilizations, leading the world economies as a member of the G20, and also a country that's very much involved with the leadership of a great king, King Abdullah, who is leading this country, our country, to its rightful place in the world, as it should be, that this country does not come from nothing, nor does Islam emanate from a no place. This exhibition, if anything, is about people, place, and time. It's about the story of a great place, a geographic location that has always been throughout history for thousands of years, the crossroads of great civilizations. It's never been just a stopping point or a refueling space. Civilizations, for the beginning of time, have crossed this amazing location through the caravans, creating an economy by itself, standing on its own in the Arabian Peninsula. So the trade caravans, that's hence the name, Roads of Arabia, has played a major influence in shaping the Arabian Peninsula that was in the past and that is today. I come, for instance, as a citizen of Saudi Arabia, from a genetic, if you like, and a pedigree of great nations, great civilizations that have imprinted this part of the world, our part of the world, and have left wealth. So therefore, you can easily say, with no disregard, of course, for the great endowment that we have found in Saudi Arabia, oil, which is now fueling not just the world economy, but fueling the greatest development any single nation has ever seen in its history, building its own people, more than 100,000 of them, the responsibility of our ambassador, Mr. Adil Al-Jubair, my friend Adil Al-Jubair, who's somewhere here, and our great ambassador for the United Nations, Mr. Abdullah Al-Muallimi. These are people that I worked with, that I used to jog and run with, and now they're manning the shop in this wonderful nation. And of course, our education, Mr. Al-Isa, Dr. Muhammad Al-Isa, who actually oversees 100,000 students in the United States. This country called Saudi Arabia comes from a deep history, and whatever is happening today, whatever Saudi Arabia is doing today, actually does not come from nothing. It's not a public relations stunt when our king announces creating the center of dialogue and center of dialogue between religions and civilizations in Vienna. It is really something that comes from far away through the stages of history where Arabia have seen great civilizations come, settle, and create wealth. In that sense, and when I came to the United States, actually in the early 70s, before the oil embargo, I remember when the oil embargo happened in '74, we were just arriving as very young students, and people never knew where Saudi Arabia was. But thanks to the oil embargo, everybody knew who we are. So those were sensitive times. And when we parked to get fuel in the gas station, in the long lines, people ask me where I'm from. I say I'm from Turkey. But I stand very tall and very proud with my colleagues here from our country to say we are from Saudi Arabia. When we come to the customs in the United States and say we are from Saudi Arabia, people greet you and say you're more than welcome to come in. Because after the fog has lifted throughout the last few years and the tests that we've been through as two countries, it becomes very clear. Saudi Arabia is a straightforward, honest, and a great partner to this country. We appreciate this country's history. Our founder of the Saudi nation, of course, started in the early 1600s as the first Saudi state. It collapsed twice due to outside influences, and we live now in the modern Saudi state, which was founded, and in fact started to be founded in 1902. Our founder, King Abdulaziz, I would say is my grandfather, but really he is the grandfather of all Saudis, if you like, has connected very well with President Roosevelt. And when the oil discoveries began to happen, he elected to go with independent American companies to discover oil in Saudi and to fuel his dream of uniting a nation just as much as this great country has been forged into unity through the will of people and through blood and through development. And he always saw, and people around him have always said, that he saw in America at those days as the rising star. America was not an occupying force. He did not, for sure, want any relations with anyone that has any interest in occupying any part of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, proudly said, has never been an occupied country. So we can look people eye to eye and deal with people from a perspective of honor and a perspective of goodwill. And this exhibition, if it shows you anything, it shows you that we did not become rich because of oil. With due respect to the people from ExxonMobil here, who are, and Aramco, our oil company. These are great people that finance our programs here. But oil is a great thing to have, and we'd like to have a lot more of it. Nothing to be ashamed of, but we were wealthy much before oil. We are not borrowing from a French word, nouveau riche. We're not new to wealth. So I want to get that record straight. People who are nouveau riche normally, like people who inherit a lot of money without knowing what to do with it, normally squander it. And in the Middle East, we've seen a lot of wealth being squandered into nonsense. The people of Arabia, the people of Saudi Arabia today, have taken that wealth, that windfall, and turned it into an incredible amount of development, building schools, hospitals, educating people, and sending more than 250,000 people on scholarships, including my generations, or beyond that, my generation in the early days. But now, right now, Saudi students, men and women, can go to any institution anywhere in the world, as long as it's accredited, and study freely and come back with a degree and serve their country. What a great experience to be a Saudi living at this stage. But looking back, the very same people who have protected the trade caravans, who have traded with the trade caravans, who have made wealth, have made civilizations in Arabia, are the very same people today that are making Saudi Arabia the shining star in the middle of a turbulent sea, as you know, in the Middle East. Many of you have called it the Arab Spring. And people of the desert like me, a spring is where flowers bloom. It's more like a flood these days. So when people wonder why Saudi Arabia today is so stable, so developing so quickly, and so looking for the future, is because we come from a background that basically makes us do these things. It's genetic, and it is the will, and of course the responsibility of being the home of Islam. We take that as a responsibility very seriously, and we follow through on our friendships and our commitments. And if you look back today, as a formal country, in terms of government, in terms of people, you really would realize that Saudi Arabia has been a true friend to this country, regardless of some who would want to tarnish that friendship and that long-term commitment to each other. We're very proud to be in this beautiful city. I think it's very fantastic to be here. I do not want to mention the Chiefs, because the mayor got very sensitive when I did. But you know, being a Broncos fan, you know, I mean, that's another story. Thank you very much for the wonderful gift. You know, we're coming to summer in Saudi Arabia, so a fan will do me really well, especially since my brother, my younger brother, who's in charge of the energy saving program in Saudi Arabia. So every time he walks into my house, he turns off the air conditioning. So this will come through. Thank you very much for coming in today.
You know, we have a tradition here when we have exceptional people who do exceptional things that benefit our city in one way or another. But tonight we are extremely honored to have His Highness here doing something that is exceptional that will benefit this city and this museum for quite some time to come. I would also point out that this is perhaps one of the most gracious individuals I've ever met. He stopped to shake everyone's hand and to welcome them, and I think that is the mark of enlightened leadership. Now, thank you. Now, Your Highness, despite the fact that you're a Broncos fan, we do have a tradition that is a military tradition at its heart, the challenge coin. And we have our own challenge coin here, one that I give only to people who I have a great deal of respect for and who have done great things for this city. So let me present you with my challenge coin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, I want to thank all of you, and I want to salute the fact that art is today the fuel that brings all of us together. And one of the things, besides seeing the exhibition, I hope you have enjoyed some of the feast that you have, that both our chef, our local Kansas City, now adopted son, Jonathan Pye, well, he's from Britain, but he's now the chef of the Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art, in conjunction with an amazing chef, Marwan Shebaro, with Culinary Innovations, who has done a great, great thing. So I hope you're all enjoying this. And this was to honor and create a sense of friendship, and nothing like food. But the other thing I want to highlight is the beautiful book and catalog that you will see from this exhibition. There is so much scholarship, and Dr. Al-Gaban, who's here with us, Dr. Al-Gaban, who is a curator of the show also, and the inception of many of the discoveries and fueling the archaeology, has been the leader of this. So we want to salute him. And now I want to invite our, please, yes, Dr. Al-Gaban, congratulations again on one great, and let's he, as the Royal Highness says, is the Indiana Jones of Saudi Arabia, and one of the great archaeologists and also art historians. And now I want to invite our board chair, Shirley Bush-Hellsberg, to the podium. Exactly.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be out here again.
This is the most important thing in our culture, the coffee pot.
Oh,
This is made in Saudi.
wow. Wonderful.
His Royal...
Thank you so much. I had my first experience tonight with the wonderful Saudi coffee, and I learned that the beans are half roasted, and they're ground and with cardamom. And so I hope everyone will have the experience of learning about Saudi coffee and enjoying it. Thank you so much. I'm very honored. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the exhibition. Spread the word and come often. Tonight, I think you will see it in a great setting, but come often. We'll have this show. His Royal Highness wants to extend it for a whole year. We wanted it all for always, but I think we're time-bound because, unfortunately, we only have it for 3 months. So please, it goes to exactly to the next destination and last stop in the U.S. to San Francisco. But I can say proudly that I think it has never looked as great. So, but I'm biased. I'm biased. Thank you.